Hello again, this is Don, the Diecast Pirate. Today I wanted to clean up some room on my tables here and get some cars put away that are still in the blister packs, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to record and open these up and get them in a case. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below and click the like button while you're at it, and put in the comments, if you would, which one of these is your favorite car out of all these. Some of these are new, some of them are old. I want to really thank Greenlight for making me use scissors. Now, I know there's some people. So here we have the Starsky and Hutch car. Try and keep it in the frame. Come on, Don. So, Starsky and Hutch, Gran Torino. Alright. I really should have cut these beforehand. So, and then we have a 1978 Mustang II King Cobra. Interesting fact about this car, when I was young going to school, my older brother would drive us to school, and it wasn't in a King Cobra, but it was in a 1975 Mustang Mach 2. It was red interior, hatchback. I think the hood's open on these, but I'm not going to open them. I had to remember to look at the camera, show you guys what's going on now. What I am going to do is go ahead and put these cars in this case, and I don't know if I have enough to fill this up or not. And then we have the Eleanor. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, I did already have one opened up, but when I was a kid and we'd go to the store and my mother would let me go look at the toys. Well, I ask her every time, can I get a Hot Wheels car? Can I get a Hot Wheels car? Sometimes she'd say yes. Sometimes I'd get one. Sometimes I'd get two. Most of the time, didn't get any. And, and so when I would get them, the first thing that I would do when we got out to the car was I'd rip them out of that blister pack. I couldn't wait to get, I wouldn't even wait till we got home. This is a M2 71 Plymouth Hemi Cuda, and I'm not going to take it off of this base tonight, but it is going to come off of that base. So we'll just set that one right there out of the way. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can angle this camera a little bit here for you. Still keep the top in there. Keep that in the picture. Alright. Oh, by the way, this is the truck that came with the case too. We'll just leave that right in there. Now, let's see. What is next? How about one of these? A Stutz. So, we'll just put that guy right up there. Alright. And then we have a Street Machines, I think these are called. Collect them all, it says. So, we have a green Camaro. There you go, yeah, a green Camaro. Put him right next to that Chevy truck. What do we have next? Alright, here's another one of those, and it is an old Impala. I forget what year this is. 61. 1961. There we go. Pull that right out of there. And let's drop it on the table, because we just need to do that every once in a while just to keep it real, right? And I have such a mess on the floor. Let's see what we're going to open up next. How about a Stutz? Like, didn't you already open one of those? Yes, I did. And believe it or not, I have a plan for something in the future for these. Let's see. How about an old car? One of my favorite cars when I was a kid. And, this has been on this blister. It's been on this card for a lot of years. And you know what? No, it's not. So let's put that guy right there. Re-release of the Custom Mustang. Series 2. Exclusive Series 2, made by Mattel, Vintage Collection. And I don't remember what year these came out, but, you know, I was like, I wasn't going to buy all these. But I did want... They're making it hard to get out of there. Sometimes you got to persuade it a little better. Now, I think by the time I came along, buttons were not a thing. So, you know, I didn't have any buttons with the cars that I got when I was a kid. I think about the time that I started getting Hot Wheels cars was after the red lines were done. They were all black walls. So, a few years ago, back in 2012, I still had all my cars from when I was a kid. Here I am talking, I'm not grabbing a car. Let's grab another Stutz. So, we had a house fire. Well, I still had all my cars when I was a kid. That's what I was talking about. And we had a house fire in 2012, and I lost them all. A couple years ago, I decided to look up one of my old cars that I used to have that was one of my favorites. It was a Maxi Taxi, and I do have a few of those up in here somewhere. So next we have a 66 Ford 427 Fairlane, and so I found it, and then I found another car and another car, and then so I started buying these cars that I used to have that I wanted to rebuild my collection. You know, I wanted the cars that I had when I was a kid. And I couldn't get those exact cars back, but I wanted to have the cars that I loved, you know. So here's a 2005 Ford Mustang. And I think this, I don't know if that flips down or not. Yeah, I think it does. I'm not going to force it though. I started finding out about the Sweet 16, which I had never heard of before. And I started getting into all this, and I started buying more, and then I started watching restoration videos. Let's get this Stutz in front of the camera where you can see it. Don't let me forget to do that, guys. Come on. You know. All right, you know what? Let's do the last one. So this is the last Stutz. I do have a thought for these. I want to turn all those into customs. I don't really care for the car particularly, but I do like the history of it and everything. Next we have two minis. And my thought on this was, hey, you know what? And this is, I don't know if this is a newer one or an older one. What year does it say? It's just a Morris Mini. So I was thinking about doing like Mr. Bean's car. So let's just get those off of there right now. And I wasn't really sure why I wanted a second one, but I got two of them. Alright, let's go for something really old. And this car is one that I used to have. Now, the interesting thing is one of my sisters and her husband had bought a house, and one of the drawers in the kitchen was this exact car. So I had this car when I was a kid, but I didn't get it from the store. I found it in a drawer. So that's that fun fact about that car right there. Oh, let's see what else we have. How about this one right here? We have a Street Fighter van. Yay! Ford Transit Super Van. And I think we'll just put that one right in there. And let's see, how about another custom Mustang. We'll try and get this one out faster this time. It worked. Oh, the stickers coming out of there. put that right back in there. And we'll put this guy right up there with the other one. So there's that. Get that out of there. And the last of the vintage series that I bought is a Diora. And that's one of the things when I started buying, you know, these old cars and stuff, I started buying cars that were missing parts and needed to be restored, and watching other people on YouTube, you know, restoring cars, and really wanted to do it, and trying to find parts for some of these older cars. I was like, well, I'll buy newer versions of the cars and use parts off of them. Well, now I'm finding out that, like, this one here, I would never take this apart to restore something old. I would just keep this the way it is, you know. So but I don't want to keep it in the package. Okay, that's crazy. And see, and here's the thing, okay? So I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing it for the love of the diecast. And you know, when I was a kid, and I would open cars up and I would hold them in my hand. Now this is a print of my hand from 1980. And I think it's pretty cool that my mother saved that all these years and gave it back to me a couple years ago. But you know, I can set a die-cast car in my child hand. I think that's pretty awesome. Just a thought there. So anyway, here's a red 80s Firebird, and I had one of these that I got from Kmart when I was a kid, and for the second time in my life, I'm pulling one of these brand new out of the blister pack. And I really like this. And, you know, that's back when Knight Rider was big, and I wanted a kit. I wanted a car that was kit. They didn't have any black ones when I went to the store. They had the red one. So here is Roll Patrol Diora. Let's just drop that one. Yeah, definitely need to drop that one. I really like that paint. I don't know if the camera's getting it or not. It's really glittery. That guy there. So going back and one more Diora. Diora 1. I found out that they did make that Trans Am in black, but I never had it when I was a kid. I do have some black ones here somewhere. I mean, all these, I don't know if you noticed the blue towels in the cases. I mean, there's cars in each one of those, and some of them have 2 cars and some of them have 1. When I moved last year, I wrapped them all in towels so they wouldn't be rattling around in the cases. Here we have a twin mill, and I bought this because I had an old twin mill, and I thought, well, I would take these engines and use them for an older car. Well, you can't do it. Just looking at it, the interior is one piece with the engines. The exhaust pipes don't look right. You know, I was just looking at some of my other twin mills, and the US car, the exhaust pipes were about the same length, but they were thicker. In the Hong Kong cars, they're thicker and longer. The Hong Kong cars, they fill up that whole indentation there on the side. So this could never be used as a parts car for another twin mill. I mean, you could probably take the axles and tires and do a wheel swap, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. You know, put modern Hot Wheels tires on a vintage red line. That makes no sense. All right. I mean, somebody might do it, but you know, if I'm trying to restore the car, no. So guess what? The Back to the Future Time Machine DeLorean. Yeah, boy. Alright. Oh, that's some pretty thick cardboard. So, you know, if you saw my one video showing off some of my larger cars, you know, I like the movie cars and whatnot. So we're just going to set that guy right there. Well, that has rubber tires too. Because, you know, why? I have two of them. So yeah, Back to the Future was, you know, one of my favorite movie series. I mean, you know, obviously almost everybody loves that. I don't know that I've ever met anybody that hasn't. Or if they didn't like it, they didn't talk about it. And I also have an Ecto 1. So, miniature. And no, a regular car. So here's the 68 Mercury Cougar. And these are some of these newer cars. When, you know, I looked at them, I thought, well, I'd like to just give it a different paint job. So we might do that sometime with that one. Alright, we are getting down to it. So here's a couple Torinos. 2017 Collector Edition. Yep. Pull those off of there. Well, it's on my mind, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button and click that like. And don't forget, you know, tell me in the comments below which one of these cars you like the best. You know, I haven't really, I mean, I have thought a little bit about what my first restoration will be. I got to find my one airbrush. I haven't found it yet. We have the 51st series. So this is the custom El Camino. Yep. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. So let's put that guy right there. And we have the 71 Datsun 510 wagon. Alright, let's check on the time here. This is going a little bit long, so let's just get through the rest of these. I think I've been talking too much rather than getting this done. Let's just get this wrapped up. So let's see, we've got a 67 Pontiac Firebird. Alright, there's that guy. We have Aristo Rat. So I've never actually looked at one of these before, and hard to tell what kind of car it was supposed to be before it got modified. We have the 63 Chevy 2. And let's just drop it, you know, because hey, we got to at least drop 3 cars in every video, right? And then we have the Superbird, 70 Plymouth Superbird. And obviously these are cars that I would never modify in any way. We'll just keep those, but I do want to have them out where I can see them, and you know, if I feel like taking them out of the case, I'll take them out of the case. And then we have the 50th anniversary cars here. So here's a 68 Dodge Dart. And there's 6 of these as well. Let's put these over on the other side. I kind of like this color combination better than the 51st. And then we have 65 Ford Ranchero. And we have the 64 Impala. There's that guy. Alright. And we have the Bone Shaker. My very first Bone Shaker, I believe. I've never had one of these cars before. I've seen them in a lot of videos. But they must have come out with that car after I stopped buying cars. I must have gotten too old, you know, being a teenager or whatever. So another a twin mill. That one's really sweet with gold engines and everything. And then we have a Roger Dodger. Roger Dodger, I do have at least a couple old ones in my collection to restore, so we'll be getting to them at some point. And finally, we have a 67 Camaro, and I was just looking at this before I started recording, and I wish that it had been pulled out of the package sooner so it didn't rub that roof. But you know, it's not real gold, but you know, I think if we try to polish that out, it's just going to take off the finish. So it is what it is as far as that car goes. Oh, I almost forgot, they were sitting over here. And Matchbox police cars, and they're all the same. I did have 2 of these in my collection when I was a kid, and so I wanted to have more, you know. And I think part of the reason why I have so many cars is when I was a kid I couldn't have them, and so now, well, I had 2, well, now I have 4 of these. And yeah, so there's that. Alright guys, and that's all set. We'll go ahead and put the DeLoreans up in there, and this is a 48 car case, and we opened 49 cars, including the case that I just opened before I started recording, which came with that Chevy truck right there. So hey, alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you next time.